So a few days ago, y'all, I have been talking to the Lord about things, okay? Just things I've been feeling, things I've been going through, just venting to him, okay? And one of the ways that God has communicated to me before is through my daughter, right? My daughter is a vessel for the Lord, okay? She may not realize it sometimes, but she really is. She's very close to God, and God has used her before to give me messages or to give me confirmation about stuff and so on and so forth. So in her prayer time with the Lord, he had given her a number, right? And it was 910. And 910 in the strong means like alone, desolate, separate, separately, right? And that actually aligned with what I was talking to him about, right? And my daughter said she felt led to share it with me, and I knew God had put it on her heart to do so, okay? But when she sent it to me, I was looking at it, I was like, okay, separate, right? This does align with what I was talking to God about. But then the Lord goes, I'm separating the wheat from the chaff. And this is going to be both an internal separation and an external separation, okay? And I'm going to get to that in a minute. But another way that the Lord confirmed this for me, right? Because even still, I'm like, all right, Lord, you're separating the wheat from the chaff. I know that's what it says in your word, but how deep are we going with this, right? And it's so crazy, y'all, because last night I was scrolling on TikTok and this girl popped up, right? And she was talking about a separation is happening, but she was referring to the Charlie Kirk assassination, right? Because there was a lot of people that were showing their true colors behind that assassination. But there was also people, okay, who in the comments, and I'll read in the comments of this, y'all, people saying that they were atheists, right? People saying that they didn't believe in anything at all. But when this assassination happened, it did something in them. It shifted something in them. And now they are starting to seek the Lord more. But even in her video, she said separating the wheat from the chaff, which is exactly what the Lord spoke to me like 3 days ago. So I had to apologize to the Lord because I sat on it for a few days because I'm like, Lord, I don't really. But anyway, let me go ahead and get into it. So in internal separation, right? Wheat is what is of God in you, okay? Wheat represents what's nourishing, enduring, and fruitful, God's spirit at work, your healed character, right? Your calling and your sincere obedience. Internally, this is your renewed mind, purified motives, and the fruit of the spirit, right? The chaff, which is what is of not, which is what's not of God in you, okay? The parts that don't carry eternal weight, right? Think old habits, pride, fear, bitterness, unbelief, unhealthy coping mechanisms, or anything that feels empty after it's run its course, right? These are the things God allows for testing, conviction, or pruning to blow away. The process, right, like refinement and sanctification, just like winnowing uses wind and motion, internal separation usually comes through pressure, okay? The word and the spirit. Situations reveal which actions are wheat, aka spirit-led, and which are chaff, aka flesh-led, right? God doesn't shame you for this, but he's bringing it to you. He's making it visible so that you know what's unfruitful and you can hold on to what is true. External separation, okay? Wheat, God-aligned people, places, opportunities, right? Externally, wheat is any relationship, environment, or opportunity that truly feeds your soul and aligns with your assignment, okay? They may not be perfect, come on now, but they help you grow, stay accountable, and bear good fruit. Chaff, what's temporary, draining, or misaligned. Chaff here looks like relationships that consistently draw you away from God, environments that encourage compromise, or opportunities that feel flashy but leave you spiritually empty, right? These may be removed or pruned in a divine separation so you can move forward without unnecessary weight. The process, discernment, and timing, right? In Matthew chapter 13, verses 24 through 30, Jesus says the wheat and the weeds, they grow together until the harvest, right? Often you won't see the difference right away, okay? And I'm gonna break this down a little bit more, y'all. God allows a season of overlap so motives and fruits become clear, right? Then at the right time, he orchestrates the separation, not prematurely, but at harvest, right? So you don't uproot something that's actually wheat. All right, y'all, so let me break this down a little bit further, okay? The parable itself in Matthew 13, 24 through 30. Jesus describes a farmer who sows good seed, wheat, in his field, right? An enemy comes at night and plants weeds, tares among the wheat. When the plants sprout, the servants notice the weeds and ask the farmer if they should pull them up. The farmer says no, because in their young stage, the wheat and the weeds look similar, okay? Trying to remove the weeds too early might uproot the wheat too. Instead, he waits until harvest time when the difference is obvious. Then the wheat is gathered into the barn and the weeds are bundled and burned. What this means spiritually speaking, okay? Things can look alike at first, right? Early on, good fruit and bad fruit, genuine and counterfeit, okay, can seem very similar. People's motives, character, or the outcome of certain opportunities may not be clear right away, okay? This even aligns in the book of Luke when God tells you, he's going to expose what's done in the dark is being brought to light. It applies to the same thing. You don't really see people's motives. You don't see what's in their heart, but at the right time, it's going to be revealed to you, okay? Premature action can harm the good. If you or someone else rushes to pull up a relationship, a habit, ministry, or situation before its true nature is revealed, you might damage something that actually is from God. Discernment takes time. I know a lot of people on this journey, they want to uproot a whole bunch of things in their life that they know isn't of God. And that's good. That's amazing. But at the same time, you have to sometimes sit with it a little bit and hear me when I say this, because a lot of people will give up certain things, but they're not allowing the healing to take place that led them to that. So if you don't allow the healing to take place within you that led you to whatever it is that you're going to, then you're going to continue to go back to it. So sometimes, the more you work on your relationship with the Christ, or the more you're growing your relationship with him, you're going to naturally start to pull away from things. But if you pull away too soon without healing, without allowing God in to heal you and do the work within you, you're going to end up going back to it. God allows an overlap for clarity. By letting both grow for a season, God allows motives to show, right? Like I was saying, fruits to ripen and your own heart to mature. This is why you sometimes stay in a mixed environment, right? Or mixed company longer than you like, so you can clearly see what is wheat and what is chaff. The harvest, God's timing of separation, right? Harvest represents the moment when God decides the difference is obvious and it's safe to separate. This might look like a relationship ending naturally, an opportunity closing, or a hidden truth being revealed, like I was saying earlier. When it's harvest time, separation is decisive and clear. Ask the Holy Spirit, y'all, to reveal to you what it is, that he is separating within you and internally and externally. Y'all listen to me. Okay, let me make this abundantly clear. If you are going to be going into a divine separation regarding your God-ordained spouse, ladies specifically, do not take this as the end of the road. Do not take this as, well, that's it, we're done. Then I guess God's promise isn't coming to pass. Because why in the world would anything anybody says, anything anybody does or says hold any weight compared to what God has told? So if this is something that God is doing in your life, know that it's a divine separation and he will bring you back at the right time. Do not look at this as the end of everything and the promise is gone or whatever, so on and so forth. This is only if, God is speaking to you specifically about that. I just wanted to put that out there because I know talking to people in one-on-ones and seeing comments and stuff like that, people think that when they're and their person like separate, that's it. Like, no, baby. A couple of takeaways from this, y'all, and I'm gonna wrap this up, okay? Don't rush to judge or cut off something just because it's uncomfortable. Come on now. Ask God if it's actually weed or wheat, okay? Pray for patience and discernment and trust that when it's time to let go or move on, God will make the separation obvious and protect what's good in you.